What's going on, Eagles Nation? Welcome back to the channel. I really appreciate you guys, man. I'm Pablo Guerra, your #1 Eagles fan from Maryland. In today's video, we're talking about the Birds finally getting back in the win column, defeating the Cleveland Browns 20-16. Here's what I'm gonna say out the gate. First of all, thank you guys so much for always showing your love and support to this channel. Shout out to you, the new subscriber. No, not you. You, the new subscriber. I really appreciate it. Listen, man, one thing that I've learned so far this season is that sometimes we want to be perfect as a team, and that's understandable because that's just the drive in Philadelphia. That's our standard. That's how we operate, and that's what we demand, right? But sometimes we have to be patient. I think because the Washington Commanders beat the Browns how they beat them, and in our minds we feel like we have a better roster than the Washington Commanders. It makes sense why we felt like we should have just demolished this team. One thing that I know right now in the NFL, the records right now are lying. I don't think that the Commanders, I don't think they're a legit 4-1 team. Like, the record, it may say one thing, but I don't know if it's really indicative of who the team actually is. Like, I don't really think the Eagles are a 3-2 team. I really believe if Nick Sirianni really just coached a little bit and we stopped beating ourselves and some injuries from Knicks, I think the Eagles are a legit 4-1 undefeated team. And I'm not just saying that because I'm an Eagles fan. I really believe that. And so now I'm kind of shifting my mentality with this team is once the Eagles get in the playoffs, oh man, it's a new day. Right now, we just need to try to stack these wins. And so for me, Nick Sirianni, man, like, we got to go 4-0. Cleveland Browns are 1-5. We got the Giants, they're 2-3. The Bengals, they've won one game, maybe two. Jacksonville, they stink, right? So, you know, the teams that we play have a combined record of 5-15 the last time I checked, right? So there was a lot in this game that I saw, and I was like, man, this is really good. Love what I saw from Cooper DeJean. Listen to me. That Cooper DeJean, that Quinyon Mitchell, I'm telling you something. That combination. What Drake say? Combination. That combination with Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean and Kelee Ringo. Did you see? Boom! Kelee Ringo wasn't playing around. I told you guys, that's the future of this defense. That's the future of our secondary. We got a glimpse at what it could potentially be, and I'm saying we got some dogs. Kelee Ringo, oh my goodness, he wants it. He wants it in the worst way. Cooper DeJean, the worst way. Quinyon Mitchell, he said, God, I'll get CJ Gardner-Johnson. Get out of my way. CJ, come on, man. That was supposed to be that young man's first pick. And the reason why Quinyon Mitchell was so upset with CJ Gardner-Johnson is because if you really watch that play, Q set him up the whole entire time. Because Q, like, and this is what I'm learning that he's doing. This young man is literally baiting quarterbacks. He's allowing quarterbacks to think that their wide receiver is open, and then at the last minute, he's turning on the Jets. He's turning on the Jets. And if CJ Gardner-Johnson, I get it, he's trying to make a play on the ball, it happens. But if CJ is not nowhere in that vicinity, that's that young man's first career interception. If I'm Vic Fangio, one of these games before we get to the playoffs, if I'm Vic, I'm saying, let me see if I can leave Quinyon Mitchell on the island by himself. Let me draw it up. Let me disguise it to see if I can help another part of this defense, because I'm telling you something. I trust Quinyon Mitchell on the island by himself. He has the mentality. He has that dogmatic nature that you need. He has the ability to bounce back if he gives up a play. Whew, that's secondary. Right, and then I don't know where this defensive line came from, right? What we get, 5-6 sacks. A couple of those guys took their Viagra. Nolan Smith took Viagra. Bryce Huff, I don't think he registered a sack, but he did his thing. So I got to shout out Jordan Davis, man. That running game, Jordan Davis wasn't playing around. That's where he adds his value. You're not going to see a ton of sacks, but Jordan Davis in that run game, he showed up. He was a man child out there. He was a man child. I mean, he was a beast. He was a beast out there, man. What else? We're going to get to the offense. I want to make sure I get everybody on the defense. Oh my God. Oh God. Yeah. We're gonna throw him to Kobe Dean. Jesus, son. Keep your head on a swivel. You're gonna get somebody killed, young man. Nah, Nakobe, he's cool. He's just cool in the passing game. That running game, he is. I see why Georgia had to give him Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter and all of those guys, right? Trevon Walker out of Jacksonville. Yeah, Nakobe, he's a liability in the running game. And I hope he looks at that film, and I'm saying to myself, Devin White couldn't have helped us. Like, they couldn't have rotated. We couldn't have used him at all. My man say, Eagles Slayer 95, he says, I want my money back. Can we get our money back? So it was a good game. I like what the Eagles did with Isaiah Rodgers. All right, you don't want to play nickel. That's fine. Can you play special teams? I like that. I like that the Eagles put him at special teams. He looks really, really good back there. Hopefully, I think he injured his hand. Hopefully he's good to go. But listen, man, the Eagles got some depth at that cornerback position. Slay is he's going to go down. And Slay, you think you slick. Slay think he's slick. He said, okay, I hear these trading rumors. You can't trade me if I'm injured. I'm not mad at you, Slay. Slay said, I got to make a business decision. Okay, I understand. Yeah, I understand, Slay. But yeah, man, you got Isaiah Rodgers out there. You got Keely Ringo, and I like our secondary. Like I said, Cooper DeJean showed up. The defense showed up. CJ Gardner-Johnson, I think he has to tighten up, man. Had a ton of missed tackles. I think he had a horrible first half. He redeemed himself in the second half. He made some good tackles in the second half when it matters, I guess. So he did well. But yeah, I think the defense and special teams really showed up. But now on to the offense. Jalen Hurts starts 0-5, and then he completes 16 straight passes after that. Obviously, we have a problem with, starting slow. But what I will say is this. The offense looked like it had a legitimate plan. Kellen Moore stuck to his guns. I love how they stuck to the run. Saquon Barkley came out of the first quarter with 10 rushing attempts. I think that's beautiful. Jalen Hurts threw the ball 25 times. We ran the ball 36 times. To me, that's the formula to win. That's saying, Jalen, you don't have to do everything. We got playmakers all around you. Get the ball in A.J. Brown's hands and Devontae Smith's hands, and we see what that looks like when we do that. I think that's what our identity is. I don't know if it was a Super Bowl year or the year before, man, but we were just running the ball. I think that's the year when we really started doing like the tush push, or the brotherly shove, I like to call it. We got to get back to that. I think Miles Sanders last year, where we just, stayed committed to the run. I think that was Deuce Staley's final year. Speaking of Deuce Staley, did you guys see who Jalen Hurts ran up to after the game and gave a hug to for more than 10 seconds? Deuce Staley. Deuce Staley and Jalen Hurts hugged for over 10 seconds. Now, what's that all about? I told you guys, one day you guys are going to start listening to me. One day you're going to come on here and say, you know what? He's on to something. That damn Deuce Staley. You watch out. And Nick Sirianni is doing this after the game. He literally did this. Because he knew. Nick knew. That's why he brought his kids up there in the press conference. Nick Sirianni was scared. But I think, honestly, Nick Sirianni is gone after this season anyway. I just think the Eagles are going to move on. I think the antics, even after the game, him chirping at the fans, after beating a 1-5 team, Nick Sirianni is really leaking, as I call it. Like, he's really showing himself. He can't even hide it at this point. And there was a question that he answered in the press conference about coaching and, being a better leader, things of that nature. And he said something that just was weird. He said something about, I wish something was in the head coaching playbook. Maybe it would make my job easier. Basically just saying he's still learning on the job. And I'm saying, man, it's 8/25, October 14th, 2024. We hired you 4 years ago and you're still learning on the job. Come on, Nick. You can't get on Jalen Carter for taunting the crowd in the Saints game and then come, in this game and you do it, right? So it's just, Nick got to get himself together. But I don't think it's going to be in Philadelphia. I think he's gone. I think he's good as gone. I think the Eagles are going to keep him this season. Whether we get to the playoffs, whether we get to the Super Bowl, I think Nick Sirianni, this is his last season in Philadelphia. So, but while he's here, man, I thought outside of Nick Sirianni's inability to leave the offense alone, to leave the defense alone. He said that in his press conference too. He said, you know, there were a few plays where, you know, on the headset, you know, I called up to Vic and said, hey, let's do this. Told Kellen Moore, hey, let's do this. And I think it was on that 3rd and 1 call, and we didn't get it. Instead of doing the tush push, the brotherly shove, we took a sack. And I'm just like, this dude just doesn't get it, man. Like, he's just that kid that you take into a store when you say keep your hands to yourself, keep your hands by your side, or don't touch anything. Nick Sirianni's just going to do this. He's just going to keep touching. He's eating. Can I have this? That's all he's going to do, man. It's just sad because this is a grown man. Dog, you're an adult. I don't know, man, but I thought Jalen Hurts played a really solid game. Whenever you can win a game and you don't have any turnovers and you were able to get the ball into your superstar's hands, I thought he handled the blitz well. I thought Jalen just kept his composure. Like, even though the Eagles have been, Jalen's stats has been, I'm saying Jalen Hurts has been two things. And this is one of the reasons why he has the C on his chest for captain. He's been well composed. He's not up and down, never too high, never too low, and he's clutch. Say whatever you want about Jalen Hurts. When it's time to go win it, Jalen Hurts can win you a ball game. And that's what I saw in that Browns game. That pass, that dime ball to A.J. Brown. Ooh-wee. Oh, it was beautiful. And then the other pass, the dime he dropped to A.J. Brown in the end zone. Hell of an acrobatic catch by A.J. When those two get locked in, and then when Devontae Smith decides to join the party, when he decides to join the crew, oh my goodness, it's crazy. So yeah, man, look, we got the Giants up next. All we need to do right now is keep stacking wins. We just need to keep stacking. It's stacking season. We don't need to worry about. We need to get tunnel vision. Tunnel vision. We don't see nothing to our left. We don't see nothing to our right. We don't hear what the fans are saying. We don't hear what the media is saying. Sometimes we don't even hear what Nick's saying. The superstars right now need to show up. We got the Giants up next. We know that's the Saquon Barkley revenge tour, but we're gonna play the whole "it's another game." We're gonna wear that. I look forward for the Eagles to show up in this Giants game, but man, a win is a win is a win is a win. I'm excited to get back on this side. Feels really good. Could it have been better? Yes. Was it perfect? No. But I look, man, we're 6 games into the season. But we got a ton of time to really put a spanking on somebody, right? We got a ton of time to put the belt to the cheeks later on, right? Pause. That time will come. Right now, we need to get healthy. Jordan Mailata is down. Dallas Goedert is down. Like, we got some things going on internally. This is the kind of game that sets you up to really find your groove. And I think the Eagles are starting to understand what that identity is. You feed Saquon, you stick to him. Then you get A.J. Brown, you get Devontae Smith, right? Then you allow Jalen to do his little runs here and there. I thought Kellen Moore, again, called a really good game. Vic Fangio, again, defense was okay. He was a little bit more aggressive. I think as the season goes on, as it gets closer and closer to playoff time, we'll see Vic really start to crank it up. He'll crank it up. So right now, there's a lot that you can complain about. There's a lot that you can talk about, a lot that we can point at. But listen, man, you got to win. That's all that matters at the end of the day. Never forget Jalen Hurts. He said after the loss last year against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, he said in his press conference, he said, man, when did winning not become the main thing? Right? So that's what I'm going to take for the rest of this week. I'm going to take it into the New York Giants game, man. And hopefully we're able to go up there, play discipline, get a win, and truly get better. I think after Nick Sirianni debacle with the fans and him chirping back at the fans because they wanted him fired, he was a little salty about that. I think this team, now we're at a place where guys are taking accountability. Nick is taking accountability, and I think we're actually doing the work to make that happen, and we're seeing the progress of that. So, yeah, man, thank you guys so much for checking out another video, man. I really appreciate it. I feel really good. I feel good. I'm excited about the next few weeks, man. Right now, we just got to start, collecting these wins. The teams that we play right now, they're hurting. They're not, and they suck. There's no other way to say it. These teams are just not playing good football. This is the time where we got to take advantage, man, and stack these wins. I think the Commanders, they're coming down from their high. And you guys know the Commanders, they wasn't even beating anybody. I looked at all the teams that they beat. They were beating 1-4 teams, man. They didn't even beat a team that had more than 2 wins. So they're back down to earth. Dallas, oh my goodness, they got a spanking. The damn Detroit Lions beat them so bad they said, you know what, let's just start throwing it to our right tackle, Penei Sewell. Let's just get our, when you know you are getting beat when the team says I want to get the offensive line involved on the offense. Penei Sewell running a 10 out route, a slant route, that's just disrespectful. Thank you to my beautiful wife for bringing me a plate. I really appreciate it. Yeah, man. So we'll see what we're able to do. Nick Sirianni got to get better this week. Offense, we'll get better, man. So thank you guys so much. Until next time, as always, fly, Eagles, fly. Peace.